Welcome back to the channel. I have stumbled across a item on the internet that's up for auction, and I have bought stuff from this auction before, and so we are going to run out here and check it out. So there's a place here has been selling off a bunch of movie cars that were used in filming years and years and years ago. So let's get out here, see what we got, check this out. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of show y'all a lot of this stuff, man. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely amazing. You know, we have got old motors out here that are still on the engine stands. They've already sold off about 200. He said, no. 4 to 600, I think. 4 to 600 cars, or they're 6 to 800. 4 to 600. Let's play that safe of cars, and it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, all the transmissions are just unreal, man. I mean, it really is just all the stuff. So I'm wondering when he's going to sell off the transmissions, if he'll sell them all. And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for the wind up front. I want to get this footage for y'all because I'm not gonna be able to come back, but the wind is bad. So I'm wondering how many turbo 400s are in here, and if he's going to sell them off by the whole lot, or if he's just going to sell them off individually. I imagine he'll probably sell the whole lot, but it's just this is just a lot to take in. If you are a car guy, then I mean, as I told them, I was like, I just don't know how you get anything done, you know, out here, because all I'd want to do is look at the cars versus, you know, checking them over or inventory and anything. I come out here, I've been watching this auction for a while now, and then one popped up online that got my attention that we are out here for to look at. But I mean, you just can't be a car guy and just not come and, you know, want to walk this and look at this stuff. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And I don't know a ton of old school cars. I'm actually only 35, so a lot of these are way out of my time frame, and I just don't know a ton about them. But I mean, I know that some of these are extremely sought after cars. You know, that people want for parts. You know, the biggest thing on a lot of these old school cars is all your chrome trim. You know, trim is getting hard to find, and people don't want to remake it. So you get these old schools that are rusted out, and the trim is all still there normally. You know, I mean, you'll have the whole hood's gone, but the trim is completely 100% solid. And if you want to comment below and tell me why the trim lasts like that, no, I'll tell you why, because it's aluminum. Had a brain fart. I was thinking it was like chrome steel, but it's because a lot of it's aluminum, so it doesn't rot. So you can use the trim on a lot of everything. But yeah, it's just absolutely crazy, all of the stuff that's just been sitting back here in like a time capsule for all of this, you know, time, and just rotting, man. It's a shame. A lot of these cars, they said, has just brought scrap value. You know, sadly, a lot of them are going to the pick and pull and stuff like that, which I don't like. You know, I wish somebody could buy them and put them on a big piece of property, you know, properly, where they're not all grown up to, you know, really part out. But you can't. I mean, you can't. It's hard to save everything. That's what, at least like what somebody was doing, practically, and everything's just rotted. So this place used to do a bunch of movies and stuff, so a lot of these cars were in movies, and then I don't know how the other ones were acquired. I don't know much history about this place. I've been seeing it for years since I've been coming out here. We are in right outside of Wilmington. I hate to even disclose the area because I think I want to go ahead and drop this footage back here and not tip off the car I'm after, sadly. It's the name of the game. I put in the work to find these things, and I kind of want to be greedy. But if you're on my channel, then I'm sure you know what I'm out here for. So I'm sure you know exactly what I'm out here chasing. And I've already filmed what I'm out here for, and it will be in its own video. it's just, it's a lot to take in. It's crazy. Wish I could bring all of y'all with me. Look at this. Like, what is this? This is I guess a fiberglass mold or fiberglass kit car or something. I mean, this is nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy. They're gonna be auctioning that off. Again, I apologize for the wind. If there's a lot of wind, I know there is. For some reason, it seems like ever since I started doing YouTube, this area has gotten a lot of wind, when it seems like I used to never have wind. And now all of a sudden you start trying to film outside, and I do know I need to get a better mic. There's old, is that a hearse? God, I mean, this is, you see stuff like this and it just makes you think how many dead bodies were in this thing, and like what year, you know, like what years was this thing hauling dead bodies around? Man, it's crazy. I really should be at the shop working. I really should. I told Ed I was running out here real fast to look over my one item and I'd be back, and then I seen all this back here and asked him if I could come back here and walk in and film it, and he was like, yeah, do whatever you want. Man, dude. I see, I don't even know how to identify a lot of these cars. Just know they're old. Bunch of abandoned movie cars. What is that thing over there? That looks like a Maverick. That's a Maverick. Looks like a Maverick. It's like a 4-door. Sadly, with the Mavericks with the 4 doors, nothing really crosses over hardly to our 2 doors. So a lot of the 4 doors are not sought after at all. And that one is pretty severely rotted. There's a Nova, 4-door Nova. There's a couple 2-door Novas, a handful of 2-door Novas actually I've seen. And it's just sad to me. Like, I just would love to buy everything, put it on a giant piece of property, inventory every piece of chrome trim, and put it all on eBay for other people to be able to find and restore their cars and stuff. But I don't have the finances or the land or anything to do that kind of task. Man. I mean, they're just pulling these cars out of their graves out here and just dragging them to the front. 307 Impala, 4-door. Or at least the fender says 307. If I say anything that's wrong or incorrect, like I said, I'm not very familiar with a lot of these old schools, these classic cars. See, I wish I would have already bought what I wanted and then come out here and film so I could push the film a little harder. I might have to hold all this out until afterwards. I mean, there's so much back there in the woods that, like, I'm not even trying to climb back there too. But they're going to be pulling a lot of it out. And just how cool is this? And I actually texted my wife and I was like, hey, I'm going out to such and such to look at that car. how much longer for you wrap up with what you're doing. If she wanted to come out here, she didn't even respond. So I came out here by myself, which I know she's busy. Looks like that's a 4-door Malibu. That's what Fender says. Fender says Malibu. There's a Ford LTD 2-door. Good old Plymouth van. Everybody wants a Plymouth van, right? This car back there with sheriff decals on the side of it, more than likely used for movie stuff. We do paint movie cars. I work with a guy up the road from me, and when they need color changes on old schools or anything like that, we do movie work. We just haven't done any this year so far. Old GMC Sierra. I did not know they had the Sierras back that long. I thought it was like the K10s or K1500s or C10s or whatever. I didn't know that the Sierra name was back that old. That looks kind of old. Old side pipes on this one over here. There's a Thunderbird. I recognize the bird emblem in the quarter windows. Pretty crazy. It's definitely a movie car. Had some giant hood scoop on it, I guess. The hood was cut out or something. Again, I apologize about the wind. I know it's probably terrible. When I reviewed this footage, it's probably going to be god awful. It's an old taxi. It's got the taxi rates on the side of it. I'm sure that is for the movie. I'm sure this was not an actual taxi. But the only reason why I know that is because us doing movie work now, we actually letter up all kinds of cars, like ice cream trucks or corner or county vehicles or whatever that are actually not that. You know, we're just trying to letter them up for that shot in that movie. So just because you see an old car with something on it like that doesn't mean that that's what that car was used for, especially when you know that a lot of these were used in movies. Man. Y'all, if my YouTube was blowed up and we had a ton of money, I'd probably be in trouble. I probably wouldn't have a ton of money. So we'd probably buy some property and try to save a bunch of cars. I'm hoping my life will go in a direction of being able to look at do more stuff like this, and I'm hoping YouTube will take me into some opportunities where we can chase cars, basically, stuff like this. I'm pretty blessed with the life I do have. I have built, I feel like, a pretty good life for myself, where I do have a lot of flexibility, where I can do whatever I want. You know, like right now I was able to step away from the shop to come out here and do this, whereas a lot of people can't step away. You know, they have to work or whatever. And I try to respect my employees, everybody that works for me. If they ever need to step away for whatever reason, I allow them to do it also. Because I remember at one time when I was an employee and the boss wouldn't let you step away, you miss a lot of opportunities, man. So I don't do that with my guys. You know, if they need to do dentist or go look at something or whatever, I try to be very reasonable. But my main guy, Eddie, that works for me now, he's absolutely amazing. Looks like a 2-door Galaxy 500. But see, that's what you're going to see with a lot of these cars, is just rusted out. If they were deep up in the woods, you know, it's going to hold the moisture a lot more. And they're going to rot way faster than if they were kind of a little bit more out in the open, or if they were up on a little bit of an elevated piece of land where the water didn't sit under them. You know, then they're not going to hold as bad as if they were in a lower spot of the property where it held water. This is crazy. Like, what is this? It says Champ. I literally wish I could bring every single one of y'all with me on all this kind of stuff. Like, I just think it's so cool. Plymouth Duster, it says on that one. Man, that's an ugly car. See, like that right there, I guarantee you that was a movie vehicle. And it was just lettered up for the movies. And it is just full of junk. Well, like I said, they had already auctioned off. You know, I know he said the number 600. I can't remember if it's 4 to 600 or 600 to 800. I was just overwhelmed. But they've already auctioned off a bunch of stuff. And this is basically what's just left. Here's this Rambler. I seen this Rambler, and I just, like I said, I don't know the values on Ramblers. So I can't really spend my money on this and then lose my tail. You know, especially when I don't know what's worth stuff and what's not, you know, like with the trims and stuff, because you're not really necessarily buying the car for the car itself most of the time, unless you're buying it for a race car. A lot of times you're buying it for the trim. And what is this? This is body filler. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. That's just old body filler, curled up from bacon. Out here in the sun all these years. Okay, I guarantee that was a movie car. Pretty crazy. Walk up here and we'll check out some of the stuff that he has already pulled up here. That's going to be the next batch. What they're doing is they're in the process of pulling a bunch of cars out that are going to be selling next. And if you're from this area that I'm in Wilmington. Right now I'm outside of Wilmington, but if you're from this area, you might know where this is at. I'm probably going to get scolded in the comment section about not telling everybody where this is at. So here's another Ford. Old 4-door. Man, see, like a lot of that on that one is just completely gone. Like the whole back of the car is gone. It's a Mustang. Actually, I'm gonna send Randy some pictures of this. Maybe not. It looks like it's pretty rotted. Guessing that's a Fox body. Looks like a Fox body to me. It was pretty rusted up. Randy ain't gonna want no project like that, but see, like this, y'all probably know exactly what this car is, but I do not. Let's see here. It is a Chevrolet. All it says is Chevrolet. Another Chevrolet 4-door Impala, Fairlane 500 beside it. Another Chevy taxi car. There's that Mustang, Malibu. Bel Air. Nova. And then there's this Studebaker Lark. I was curious of how much this thing is worth and how sought after these are. But again, I just don't know. I don't know nothing about this stuff. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. For some of y'all, maybe. Man, my nose feels all messed up now. All the allergies being out there in the weeds. My legs are all itchy and tore up from the vines walking around. So sorry if I keep wiping my nose. I'm trying not to sneeze. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that. And if you see anything that you want or you're interested in and you're near Wilmington, North Carolina, my contact information is always in the description of each video now. You can shoot me an email. It's going to be crcauto3401@aol.com. And I don't mind sharing with y'all where it's at if you see something you want. But I really want what I went out there for, and I want it for cheap, obviously. So fingers crossed that we get it. This is going to be a long next week or so, waiting for this thing to come up for sale, and hope that nobody's willing to pay more than me. So hopefully they don't, because you ain't getting much with a lot of these, what's left on the bone. I mean, you've got to really want the car for the car itself, and not not be necessarily trying to think you're just going to get a car and clean it up and paint it and put it back on the road. A light restoration. A lot of these have major metal work needed, major body work, major amounts of rot and rust. So if you're not a body guy or restoration guy, a lot of these are not for your average DIY guy. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will catch y'all on the next one. I hope you really